GeForce RTX 3080 Max-Q will receive 6144 CUDA cores with a clock speed of 1245 MHz. NVIDIA is set to announce its GeForce RTX 3000 mobile graphics cards based on the 8nm Ampere architecture next week. The company plans to introduce 3 cards, which will be split into many options based on their power limitations: RTX 3080, RTX 3070, and RTX 3060. The GeForce RTX 3080 Mobile is the flagship card that will feature a full-featured GA104 GPU with 6144 CUDA cores. This is much fewer cores than the RTX 3080 desktop model, which has 8704 cores, but still more than the desktop GeForce RTX 3070 based on the same GA104, but with 5888 CUDA cores. Therefore, it is safe to assume that video cards with the same name, but intended for desktop and mobile computers, will not provide the same performance. The performance gap between the GA104 and GA102 based cards may be a little confusing for non-versed buyers, but not as confusing as the Max-Q and Max-P segmentation. The NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 mobile graphics card will be released in 2 main variants: Max-P with up to 150 watts total graphics power and Max-Q variant, which is expected to be limited to around 90 watts. Although both cards have the same model name, their performance is different. The Max-P variant is expected to have a base frequency of 1110 MHz and an overclocked clock of 1545 MHz, while the Max-Q variant should offer 780 MHz and 1245 MHz by default, respectively. Default is a key phrase, as both power options will also be further adjusted by laptop manufacturers, so there will be many sub-options such as 80 watts, 115 watts, 125 watts, etc. As a result, any direct comparison of GeForce RTX 3080 options will be incorrect, without mentioning the TGP value. Let's hope. According to the latest TIC PowerUp GPU Z leak, the Max-Q variant used by Gigabyte, most likely for their new Aorus or Aero gaming laptops, will have a Max-Q variant with 12 Gbps memory speed. There is no exact confirmation of memory bandwidth, but it looks like the Ampere-based Max-Q variants will have the same bandwidth as the Turing-based Max-Q GPUs, which is 384 GB. It is also not yet confirmed if the Max-P variant has a speed of 14 Gbps, like their predecessor, but so far there have been no leaks on this part. It looks like the RTX 3080 Mobile will be offered with either 16 GB or 8 GB storage, which will allow this model to segment even more. In fact, we can get up to 10 models called the RTX 3080 Mobile, but each one will have a different clock speed, power limitation or memory size. GeForce RTX 3080 Max-Q has 6144 CUDA cores, 192 texture units and 96 hop units. GPU Z incorrectly reports 512 TMUs.